Alright, welcome to the tutorial on how to play xerath. First, you gotta set up with your build and your runes and shit. So, we'll start off with the runes. As you can see, right here, by my lovely writing, it says runes. Okay? Boom, here they are. These are the runes. So, I like to run, it's probably the most popular anyway, first strike on xerath. You get that nice initiation damage, which goes quickly because once you hit your Q, you get your W off, it goes fast enough where you get that extra damage. Like if you stun QW2, this is like EQW, you can get that off nicely. It also gives you extra damage. I believe just when you hit a champion. I don't know about a minion. I don't think so. I'll remember. That's why I run it is good. Magical footwear. I just like it because Xerath is like low mobility. He's kind of slow, so it's nice to get that. Nice to get that speediness at 12 minutes in. You don't got to worry about spending the 300 gold. And then I like to get biscuit delivery because Xerath absolutely chews through mana, like at high rates. So then secondary rune sorcery makes enough sense. More AP, you get more max mana, you get more AP, more damage here, and then you get your armor because you're kind of squishy. And then now we can get into the build. So the build I like to do first item, always, always, always. Where is it? I'm trying to find it. Boom. Ludens. You want Ludens every day of the week. Some people run Leandries or Leandries. I don't get the value in it. Burn Xerath is cool, but why burn them when you can one hit them? So Ludens fairly simple there. And sometimes with Ludens, though, you want to do, oh, the text isn't way, I don't really care. You want to do Lost Chapter over, that's the over symbol right there. Like the, You want to do that over Blasting Wand. Most of the time, that's how it works. And that's how I'll play the game. Because, like I said, Xerath absolutely chews through that mana. So when you get that level up and get it all back, you can stay there for longer, meaning you can build Ludens quicker because you get more money for a strike and all that. Um, but sometimes the case is where Blasting Wand is just the better option. Sure, that's good. That's it right there. Sometimes it's the better option. If you're already ahead enough and you just want to do more damage, go ahead and go for Blasting Wand. So obviously, second item, you want to get your Sorcerer's Shoes right there. That lovely thing. And you're not really going to ever get Ludens before 12 minutes sometimes if you're absolutely stomping them or doing really good. But no, not necessarily. So you'll get your boots and, you can go on to the next item. Which the next item is, where is it? Should be this one. That's not it. My layers are off. There it is. Horizon Focus. And the reason I love Horizon Focus so much, not that it gives you the 100 extra AP, is for this. So the unique part of it. So the hyper shot. Let's say you're chasing someone down in the jungle or something, and you hit them with an ability. And right, let me get the highlighter. Where it is. It's black, but whatever. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Where's my color wheel? Yellow. It reveals them. And the reason that's so good is because I'll put a clip of it probably now. If my editing's good enough. Okay. So I couldn't get in an actual game, so I'm in the practice tool right now. I was close to getting it in a real game, but I just couldn't. So we're gonna do this now. Get rid of the minion spawn. Hit them. And this is why. You see them. So you just can do that. and it just is absolutely nutty. Is that you'll be able to do stuff like what I just showed. It is so nice to when you're hitting people far away, like you're hitting them with your Q over a wall or your W guessing it over a wall, and then they're on the run, and then you pop your ult and you get that vision for 6 seconds, you get that increased damage. And with the new Xerath like rework buff type thing where every ult shot's gonna do more damage, it's just gonna be ridiculous. So, next item. Void Staff. And the reason I say Void Staff next over some like Rabadons is because at this point in the game, people are probably going to be building like the magic defense because if you're doing decent, like that's a pretty loose term because Xerath is pretty good always, unless it's like a full team of tanks, then you're kind of screwed. Is that it does this. The more MR they have, the more damage you do. So let's say they just have like the 100 magic resistance and they have oh my chair's squeaky. They have one item, let's say, I don't really know whatever 100 magic resistance is. You just do 25% more damage. So the more they build stuff to help against you, the more damage you're going to do to them. So it's great and it does not have a cooldown. And it's just bonkers to me. It's great. I love it. So fourth item. This one's kind of given Rabadons. It just gives you a shit ton of damage. You get so much darn damage from Rabadons. And that's pretty much the build. Fifth item, I usually do Shadow Flame. And I know it's a burn item. But at that point in the game, I'm just like, might as well. You know, if you miss that last alt shot and they're just low enough, maybe they'll burn from it. And it'll be juicy. It'll be extra moist. So that's why I do it. I used to build it like second or third item. Not worth it compared to getting like Void Staff where you get more damage, more MR they're doing. It's not always going to work when you do Void Staff, but for the most times it's going to work unless they're like building like Hyper Tank Cho'Gath or something and they're just not caring. But then it's not going to work. You might want to do Rabadons instead or Shadow Flame or something like that instead of Void Staff. But that's what you want to do most of the time. For build, that's pretty much it. One thing that you don't really want to do is because I see it gets recommended in the shop too, is build Medjais on Xerath. You never really want to build Medjais because let me see if I can find it here. Let me just go into my goggle. Xerath starting health. And we'll go from whatever this is starting health is. I believe it's absolutely like just pathetic. Okay, so yeah. At the start of the game, he's 596 health. Just like 5, that's yellow, that won't work. 5, 9, 6. Then you might think that's not that bad, but oh boy, does it take a while to get more health. If there's an assassin, yeah, you're dead. You're dead. This guy up here, this fellow up here, gone. He's just gone. But you want to stop that. And unless you hit your E like a maniac, where you can just you can stun him somehow, like if it's a Rengar, just stun him midair jumping at you. If you have that fast of a reflex, go for it. Just go for it. And the reason I'd say don't build Medjais is because that's probably what's going to happen to you. When you play Xerath, most times you're going to die to quick, just so fast. And I don't want to lose stacks when I go Magi's. Like, if I'm absolutely stomping them, I'll go Magi's because it's like, funny, just more damage. But when you just lose, like, so many stacks off one death where you're just like, shit, I just had no chance. A Rengar killed me in point 5 seconds. Like, it just sucks. So that's why I say don't build it. If you want to, because you're doing so well, go ahead. Like, if you're just being unstoppable. So a few things that I forgot to actually mention while playing Xerath. As you can see here, I have Ignite. I'm not exactly sure why. I think it might have got autofilled, but I didn't mean that. So just some things about Xerath, some tips and stuff before I get into some clips that are just my top clips from Xerath. So, Summoner secondary spell, you can run whatever you'd really like to. I don't know why I have Ignite here, like I said, but I just do. I like to normally run Exhaust because if they're running, and I play support Xerath mainly, so if you're running and you can catch them, is always nice, but also does, for 3 seconds, you do 35% extra or less damage from them. I butchered that, but they do 35% less damage for 3 seconds. Ignite's nice because you can finish off a kill, but I feel like with Xerath, you kind of just, your range, so you don't, if they were close enough for an Ignite, it's not the play. Heal is good too if you want to go for that. You're squishy. Teleport's nice sometimes if you're fed. I can't guarantee that before the game, of course, but if you're fed and you get in there quick, it's good. So secondary summoner spell is really just whatever the hell you want. Some things about Xerath too. His Q. Doesn't matter if it's charged like that or that. It generally does the same damage. My loot was just on cooldown, so you can't emulate it. The more you charge a Q, it doesn't do more damage. Just extends the range. Okay. With your W, I'm going to hit this dummy right in the center of my W. 1200 damage. It's a lot of damage, but I'm maxed out with max gold and all this stuff. If I hit him in the side here, 800 damage. Then again, my Ludens was on cooldown. The thing is with Xerath, is with his W, the more they are to the center, the more it'll do more damage. I'll show you again. So on the side here, 876. And in the center, 200 damage difference with Ludens on. 200 damage is a nice amount of damage. So then combine your E in there. Your E does 800 damage, and it stuns for 2.25 seconds. Which is, it's absolutely nutty because you can do something like this. And you just did 3k damage. And then you can do this, you're running, do that, you go back, they're slowed, you keep hitting them. And then maybe, because you have Horizon Focus, it's so nice. I just love Xerath. Don't know why I meant to hit that, but yeah, your general combo, if you're in close quarters, is just this. Any version of E, Q, W, E, W, Q, whatever. You just usually want to start it out with this, and then you can move into that. As for his ult, Xerath's ult is going to be different very soon with the new patch. But generally, not generally, what his ult does is in the first 3... Okay, see, I'm butchering this, but what I'm saying is level 1, you get 3 shots with your ult. Level 2, I'll just fast forward real quick so I can get back. Level 2, you get 4 shots. And when it's fully leveled up, you get 5 shots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's pretty much it. That's Xerath's kit. His passive, mention that. So Xerath passive is that every 12 seconds he attacks a minion or a champion. He gains mana, and you can see right there, maxed out right now. If I were to hit the Kog'Maw, I'd get 390 extra mana, but if I were to hit a minion, I'd only get 195. So it's more of you get more mana if you hit an actual champion. It's like old Yumi's passive. Just a little insert here. Yeah, I played like 2 games and had feeding jungles both times. So I couldn't get an actual game, so I'm just gonna fill it with clips. Yeah,